Yo, what's happening, guys? It's Powerbang. Welcome back to another Clash of Clans video. We have some awesome action for you today. I know I've been harping on the multi-target Infernos as of late. So what are people doing? They're switching to the single-target Infernos on defense. So we had a war with the Above and Beyond clan, really solid bunch, Season 1 and 2 champions in CWL Lite, so big shout out to you guys, thank you for the midweek matchup. They brought the single targets, baby. They had adjusted their defense, unfortunately. It did not work against us. 114-104 was your final. Let's get into some attacks, and I'll show you guys how we broke down these bases. First and foremost, we've got Jeeper 5150. Here it is. We've got some single target action on this base. And you can see the army composition. This is going to be a really common and really popular attack for the Town Hall 10s going up against another Town Hall 10. This is going to be your suicide hero Lalo. The goal being, stay away from the single targets with your heroes. Queen charges are the answer when it comes to multis because they don't put out the damage. But on single target, yeah, you might want to be aware of that. So stay away from those, but get as much value as possible. So right here, you're going to notice from the bottom a bowler doing a little bit of funneling. We've got an archer in the corner doing some trimming as well to hopefully control the pathing for the king as well as the queen. So once these elixir collectors go down, we now know the king is going to walk to his right. The goal is, can anybody tell me what the goal is of this entry? Yeah, you see those air defenses there, 2 of them. Kind of hanging out there, you know, a little low-hanging fruit. He's going to take care of those. So as the king walks by, he sends that test wall breaker, gets the little bomb triggered, and now follow-up wall breakers. 4 of them come in and open the wall for the queen. Now her job is to step in. She's going to go ahead and take out the first air defense and then work her way up the wall and pop the ability to get that second air defense. So here's the ability. You're going to see that go right now. She gets the air defense, and now we also get a CC lure. Because it is a Lava Loon CC, poison spell not necessary. 2 of the skeleton spells is going to be used for the enemy queen. So a pre-haste, you're going to see haste come down in advance and attacking right away. The other 2 air defenses trying to neutralize them off the board, take care of all air defense in the base right away. So here comes the balloons from the entry, trying to keep the inner group towards the inside of the base. A little bit slow on the deployment there, but that's okay. Over the top of the queen, gets lucky and takes out the queen with the bomb drop. So he doesn't even need to deploy both skeleton spells. That's going to come in really handy later as he's got it for the cleanup process. Here is the heal spell on the back of the base. That is going to be the key going into the backside. Anywhere where there's like splash towers in range, you want that heal spell to kind of keep those balloons all up and pretty much topped off. Now, he missed a little bit on this heal, but the premise, the thought was there. Unfortunately, he does lose a few balloons as they kind of skirt around his heal spell, but ultimately it's not going to matter. Everything is destroyed, all defense is down, minions and puffs around the base for the cleanup. Really good looking attack here from Jeeper 5150. Really liked it, man. And guys, when you're attacking these bases with single targets, look at the suicide hero Lalo first to see if you can get value with a very minimal hero kill squad. And if you can, definitely look to exploit the base with as many loons as you could possibly take. Single targets are great at taking out those lava hounds, so you minimize the use of the hounds and go with as many balloons as possible because those single targets will not touch the balloons fast enough to make a difference. So there it is. That's the first attack, guys. Let's go ahead, pop up the second one. This is our boy Lexdos. Lexdos and Lexnos are going to be popular in this episode, but we've got Jake defending with the single targets. Now, if you don't like air attacks and you want to go with ground, check this one out. This is a Hog Rider attack, and as you can see, 28 Hog Riders as part of the army composition, but the difference here is instead of healers to go with the queen for like a queen charge, you're going to see a kill squad, a pretty heavy one at that, be used in this base. He's going to have bowlers and Valkyries in this, and they are going to do some significant damage. So the jump spell is going to be used to get these troops in deep. Now watch the deployment here as Lexdos is going to get prepped to hit this base. 9 Valkyries to strengthen the kill squad here, and the 9 Valks are going to make for a really nice push into the base. So on the top, the funneling starts. Bowler to get that skip. Again, you see those collectors stacked up. That skip damage is going to be like a perfect funnel. So really nice job on that. Now we've got the queen over here on the right. She is going to take out this archer tower, trying to do it outside of the ability so she can save that and continue walking. Now the king is going to be engaged, uses the ability finally, and that is that. So here is the jump spell. You can see that is bled outside of the walls a little bit, and here we go. We got to be careful on the funnel on the left side. He didn't get the elixir collector that he was hoping to, but he does deploy from right to left so that the Valkyries jump in. Now look at the push here that he gets in this base. He gets all the way to the core. He's going to get the enemy queen. Rage spell is going to get him all the way into the center here, triggering bombs, taking out defenses. This was a really, really high value entry, and a poison spell is there for the Loon in the CC. Now it's time for the Hog Riders, guys. Trickling them in from the left. We have a few left over. It does look like he's gone Hog Riders in the CC. There they come from the bottom, targeting that bottom side, and there is a nice surgical approach. You can see there is the poison spell for those skeleton traps that have locked onto the Hog Riders. And look at how many Hog Riders are in these heals. They are marching their way around the base, and the last couple of defenses are a single target Inferno and an air defense. So not a lot of threat there for a mass group of Hog Riders. There is your final heal, making sure that everything is healed up in range of that wizard tower on the backside of the base. This, guys, is pretty basic. Bring a big kill squad, carve out that L-shaped pattern in the base, and just make sure your stuff is healed up as you kind of work your way around. So there it is, into the final Inferno tower. You can see that the last air defense is almost down from the archer as well. So fantastic raid here from Lexdos. Really good stuff. Minions all the way around. We're going to go ahead, fast forward through this one. Nice job on the 3-star. He gets that hog split that he was looking for, and the cleanup is no problem. So there is a second way to take on those single target Infernos. When you're looking to take advantage of the base, you know, typically Queen Charge is what you're going to use when you get those multi-targets. I'll show you in a moment here how that is actually successful on single targets as well, but what you're looking for specifically when it comes to that style of attack. Next up, though, we've got Sean 2. This is the tried and true method at Town Hall 10. We've got Bowler Witch, guys. There is the single targets in the center of this base. Double jump spell, though, and he does have 5 healers as well. So it looks like 3 of them go down on the Queen. She's going to do a little walk on the left side of this base. On the right side, you've got that Bowler funneling once again. Skip damage on the collectors. There are the witches. There are the bowlers. They're going to go down the outside of this base, and now a couple of healers for this group. This is really, really key, as they're going to be skipping rocks and doing damage all the way down the outside of this base, and the healers are going to keep everything alive through the damage. So this is really, really huge. There is the first jump spell to kind of get everything into the core. Now that the Queen has done the funneling over on the left, she reverses course, comes back to meet up with the kill squad. Really nice work on that, but that's kind of the predictable pathing with these square bases and tons of space on the trash on the outside of the actual walls. So Sean does a great job funneling. It looks like the healers are keeping up the witches and bowlers going down the right side of this base. Now in the core, double jump spell is down, and look at this push. Tons of bowlers, tons of witches, tons of skeletons, and that's the key. Those single targets never have a chance to lock onto anything meaningful. The king and queen still rolling around in the core with full health. That queen holding on to her ability. Now, it looks like it gets a little bit close here because the bowlers do jump on a giant bomb or 2 or 3. Thanks, bowlers, by the way. But it never really was in question, as he has that huge group of witches and bowlers up around the top, and the queen is still at half health with an ability left over. Could have popped the ability at any time, but he's choosing to save it, waiting for that defense to go down. Now the queen can beat through the wall in peace, but that is that. This base is wrecked. We still have the heroes alive, healers kind of keeping everything moving along. That is that. Another 3-star for the good guy, Sean, getting it done on the single targets using Bowler Witch. So that's the third strategy for the single target Infernos, and they are not done yet. So let's go ahead and check out the last one for today. And guys, I've got more of this coming soon. I'm going to highlight each of these attacks specifically as we get more content from this new update. Hopefully you guys are digging the new stuff because a lot has changed. The attack styles have changed. The strategies have changed. I'm going to make sure that I bring all of that to you guys so that you know what you're doing when you're attacking in this new meta. Next up, we're going to go ahead and pull up Lexnos, a different account, same dude, but we've got the single targets on this one. And I'm going to pause for just a moment to illustrate a point here. notice that the Inferno Towers have those big islands around them. Those islands are great for isolating the Infernos from the offensive troops, but unfortunately, they also isolate the Infernos from the rest of the base. They're not really covering much of anything. So you can actually queen charge into a base like this and get a lot of value, especially if you time the main attacking force to take over the aggro of the Inferno while the queen is in her ability. I will illustrate that in just a moment. First, you're going to see the kill squad come from the bottom here. This is a 5 healer queen charge, wall breakers in tow. So an easy funnel here, taking out that exposed Dark Elixir drill. Now, there is nowhere for this queen to go except for to the left. So with a gimme funnel like that, this is a really, really nicely set up queen charge. Once that wizard tower is down, the queen's going to go to the left, and then at this point, we can start looking at wall breakers to go in at the archer tower location. King is going to start working his way to the left of this base, backed up by a wizard. His goal is to clear out the defense so that the queen has nowhere to go but inside of the walls. You can see he's avoiding the actual range of the Inferno Tower by where he's broken in here. And then once he gets into the base, he's got a jump spell as well to help get that queen to the core to really carve out a nice path for his balloons. Again, that L shape is what you're looking for, leaving up a thin strip of buildings around the outside of the base. That is the goal. So here is the CC. We've got the Golem Loon coming out. Poison spell down to help speed up the kill on the Golem, but more importantly, take out the balloon before it does any damage to the queen. There it goes down. Now we've got a CC kill en route and a whole bunch of spells still left over. 2 rages and a haste. 3 haste, to be honest. We are getting ready to roll right now into the rest of this base. Last Golemite going down. Look at this hero wizard backing up the queen. No aggro on him, and a rage spell is going to help him mow through the Expo. No problem at all. So queen on queen action gets it done here. And notice, we're going to pause really quickly. There we go. Now we've got 2 air defenses down, and we've got that thin strip going down both sides. So a very nice L shape in this base. Inferno Tower's really not posing a huge threat to balloons because they can only do 1 target at a time. So it's really not a huge danger. Now on the front side, that Inferno Tower is exposed. All of the balloons can target it directly. So you're going to see in just a moment here, the queen goes through the wall. He kind of waits to see where she targets, and it is not going to be the Inferno Tower. So at this point, he decides, you know what? I'm going to drop my balloons to target that Inferno Tower, use the queen ability to keep her alive, and now check this out. Balloons and Lava Hound overtake the aggro, and then a normal traditional style rotational Lalo coming around the base, going to the air defenses. You see on the top, the haste spell is used so the loons split, take out the wizard towers just like so, and at this point, guys, this is looking pretty wrecked. The queen works her way all the way in to target the Inferno Tower to help out at the end. Even though the balloons already have this base on lock, this was absolutely crushed, and this shows you that even though the Mass P.E.K.K.A. can take out the, the multi-Inferno bases with ease, even though the Hog Riders with the Queen Charge is pretty freaking solid now against the multi-target Infernos, there are a ton of strategies that will absolutely flatten a single target base as well. There were 4 of them shown in this episode, guys. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear more. If you guys want to learn more Clash of Clans stuff, new meta, new update stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on it for me, and I will be back in the next episode. Some more Clash of Clans action. Our sponsor of today is Kyle Hall. Thank you so much, dude, for your support of the channel. You've been with me 4 months now. Have not forgotten about you. Just wanted to extend a thank you, man, for your continued support. That's all I got, though, guys. For this one, I will see you tomorrow.